walls that separate us, but rather the human heart. Brief history. Our center was separated from Taiwan Taipei Prison on July 1st, 1952. The full title had been Taiwan Taipei District Court Detention Center, and after the division of the executive and judiciary branches in 1980, the title was changed to Taiwan Taipei Detention Center. The center had been located at number 1 Aiguo East Road, Zhongzheng District, Taipei City. The buildings were difficult to maintain due to their age, having been built during the Japanese occupation, and no longer met the needs of modern criminal policy. The relocation plan was approved by the Executive Yuan in 1970, and the new main building was finished on April 10, 1975. Moreover, the relocation was completed on July 20th of the same year. The Agency of Corrections, Ministry of Justice, was formally established on January 1st, 2011. After restructuring, the title was changed to Taipei Detention Center, Agency of Corrections, Ministry of Justice. Environment. Upon moving from Taipei City in 1975 to the current location, the surroundings were still a collection of rice fields. Due to the pace of local development, our area has gradually been transformed from mere outskirts into an urban center. The construction of our facility is divided into administrative and garden control areas by walls. Within the wall, there is a 2-story rehabilitation center. Moreover, all 8 dormitories are 3 stories tall and are named after loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, affection, honesty, righteousness, harmony, and equality, respectively. There are also 2 3-story operation factories. The aforementioned buildings are arranged in a line as if electric poles. There are also 3 additional dormitories on the perimeter, named after mindfulness, brightness, and tranquility. The 2-story medical center is equipped with both clinics and wards. Outside of the detention wall are the main administration building, the substitute civilian serviceman dormitory, and the reception service center. Object of inmates. Our center mainly detains 1st, 2nd, and 3rd level appellate court criminal defendants from Taipei City and New Taipei City, as well as 2nd and 3rd level appellate court criminal defendants from the district courts of Yilan, Keelung, Shilin, Taoyuan, and Hsinchu. Aside from accommodating criminal defendants, our center has also annexed the Taipei branch of Taipei Prison, as well as a civil custody institution, thus accommodating short-sentence criminals granted sentences of 3 years or less by the prosecutor's office, and those who have been taken into civil custody. Structural organization. The organizational structure of this institution includes the head, deputy head, secretary, guard and control, assistance and guidance section, business section, sanitation and health section, general affairs section, personnel office, accounting office, statistics office, government ethics office, as well as the committee of center affairs. Legal foundation. Our center bases its detention services upon laws such as the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Detention Act, the Prison Act, the Statute of Progressive Execution of Penalty, and others. The entire staff works conscientiously and diligently, constantly innovating and adhering to the management principle of lenient in life, strict in discipline. With human rights awareness on the rise and the revision of laws pertaining to such, the prison branch's inmate numbers have exceeded the number of criminal defendants. This is an obvious reflection of slowly increasing caution toward remand and detention. Our country's human rights development has progressed significantly. Therefore, in the spirit of the law, we demand an even higher standard of ethical behavior and legal execution of ourselves to be the last line of defense for justice. Guard and control management. The guard and control management is our primary function. Calm inmates are the key to smooth operations in all other areas. Besides strengthening physical security implements, our center is also devoted to the improvement of our management systems. With love, patience, and attentiveness, we cultivate our inmates to be self-respecting, self-loving, and law-abiding. Our center provides year-round, on-the-job training to all personnel to instill new concepts toward guard and control management and understand the newest criminal policies, laws, and regulations, thus strengthening their disciplinary abilities. We also hold annually scheduled fire, earthquake, anti-escape, and anti-riot drills to improve the emergency response skills of our staff. Meanwhile, we also actively expand all security implements, such as digital surveillance systems, strobe alert systems, high-pressure power failure sensor system, wireless communication devices, metal detectors, centrally operated electrical iron gates, and barbed wire fencing in order to prevent accidents and enhance guard and control safety. Vocational training. The purpose of vocational training is to cultivate a habit of diligence among inmates and to alleviate the boredom of their confinement, which aids in stabilizing their emotional state. In order to smooth the process of inmates' societal reintegration upon release, we proactively offer various kinds of skills training courses, helping them to learn livelihood skills, which has proven effective since its introduction. In order to take the practicality of the skills training into consideration, inasmuch as our center's inmate sentences are all under 3 years, we conduct short-term skills training courses, including horticulture, baking, funeral services, computer science, and other courses. As for self-run business, the Qingxi pineapple cakes, developed by our center, have become the first traditional Taiwanese specialty product produced by correctional institutions, and the newly developed handmade cookies and tuiles have also received wide approval. Also, to preserve the dying art of traditional folk craftsmanship, our center has started to offer blue dyeing and aragonite carving training courses. In spite of limited manpower, funding, and space, we still encourage inmates to learn folk traditions and become outstanding professionals in the future. Living conditions. In order to improve the quality of inmates' food supply, aside from cooperative buying in bulk to control the budget, we also use surplus income derived from self-run business operations, staff co-op profits, and money received from reselling food waste and used cooking oil to supplement dietary fees in order to make up for food budget inadequacies. Additionally, we provide adequate uniforms and bedding to keep the inmates warm and for convenient laundering. Medical treatment and sanitation. Due to lack of correctional institution healthcare professionals, inmate healthcare could be considered a weaker link of correctional institution services, and external resources must be sought. In order to safeguard the rights of inmate healthcare, since January 1st, 2013, the government has officially incorporated inmates into the national health insurance. Our center cooperates with Taipei Hospital, Zhongying Hospital, and Far Eastern Memorial Hospital. Primarily with the medical team at Zhongying Hospital, We arranged for doctors and nurses to enter the center to provide clinical services, including psychiatry, ophthalmology, dermatology, dentistry, pulmonology, infectious disease and HIV oral care, etc. Our center has installed a well-equipped medical facility, including wards, negative pressure isolation rooms, a fully automatic blood cell counter, a digital X-ray machine, an automated drug dispensing machine, a 12-lead electrocardiograph system, physiologic monitors, etc. After entering the center, all of the inmates undergo a health examination and receive regular vaccinations by health agency personnel. If the inmate's illness is unable to be properly treated within the confines of our center, the inmate is then transferred to a hospital for inpatient or outpatient treatment. In the event that the hospital is unable to provide appropriate treatment, our center then submits an authorization request to the Ministry of Justice for bail on medical grounds. Life counseling. Our center offers both individual and group counseling. To address the shortage of our center's correctional personnel, we recruit volunteer teachers to consistently conduct regular, voluntary one-on-one counseling in order to provide comprehensive care and counseling services. Moreover, our center often holds religious counseling, legal counseling, cultural and recreational activities, book fairs, family support programs, aftercare programs, and we also promote character education and life education, using education as an invisible, formative influence to mold the ethical awareness of inmates. We have face-to-face visitation and phone visitation during major festivals to remind inmates of filial piety, causing them to concentrate on making progress. In order to overcome the bottleneck that is allocating human resources for on-site instruction, our center utilized social resources to establish Leader Radio. We've installed a professional recording studio where we make radio programs which are broadcast at specific times via the public address system. Furthermore, the programs are placed on our website for other institutions to download and utilize, as reaching the goal of resource sharing has become a distinguishing feature of our center. Civilian service. Our center has always valued a good relationship with the public. We carry out the administrative policy of close to people, accessible to people, and courteous to people. And in order to increase the approachability of our services, we improved our overall visitation service measures in 2011, including streamlining our services, as well as providing a welcoming consultation counter, which also provides in-person visitation appointment services. Moreover, we have established a nursing room, set up complaints service line, improved the handicap facilities, set up our arts and vocational skills training display section, prepared a multifunction guided tour system, and opened the parking lot to allow visiting relatives free access to parking. We have won wide praise from the public since the implementation. Additionally, through CCTV, telephone, and remote video visitation methods, we have enabled inmates to better communicate with their family members. Future expectation. The number of criminal defendants held by our institution is the highest of all detention centers. Most of them have been involved in major criminal cases. Some of them are even public figures. Therefore, as to whether the remand is behaved in an orderly fashion and the life discipline is effective or not, both of these not only have a bearing on the litigation proceedings, but also have an inseparable influence on social impressions and public security. In the future, our colleagues will continue to uphold a spirit of dedication and initiative and carry on our plan of strengthening organizational learning to culture and mold our center. We hold to 4 primary administrative policies: strengthen organizational learning, enhance the treatment of inmates, create a friendly environment of arts and humanities, and foster amicable relationships with neighbors in order to lift the veil of mystery. Internally, we do our best to progress the correction and growth of our inmates. Externally, we maintain positive local interactions and seek the support and assistance of relevant organizations in hopes to put an end to the public stereotypes of correctional institutions. Here at the Taipei Detention Center, Agency of Corrections, Ministry of Justice, we strive for the goals of reducing violence in our nation and bringing peace to our land. For those inmates who are truly repentant, their acceptance and affirmation starts with us, so that they may face a new and better tomorrow. The greatest wish of every staff member in our center is that the individuals in our keep may rise from the ashes and be reborn. We hope that just as a caterpillar may one day soar beyond its former walls, they too may be transformed and live to freely embrace new horizons.